start, I would want to thank God for allowing this to happen. Without him, this would not be happening right now. I would like to thank the Reinsdorf family, Jerry, thank you for everything. Michael, thank you for everything. The Bulls organization, everybody that played behind the scenes, everybody that worked tonight's event. Thank you so much for the hard work. It don't go unnoticed. So thank you. But tonight, I'm gonna tell a few stories, and I'm gonna start with Jerry. So it was my second year. Jerry tells me to come to the office. I go to the office. He sits me down. He says, "Hey, I've been saying that you keep saying that you want to be a billionaire. How the hell you gonna do that if you don't win championships?" He put it on my mind that, man, you're right, but winning is the key. But the older I got, becoming a billionaire is based off your perspective. I see it. It's off of knowledge. And I wanted to tell Jerry at being 37 now, I'm a billionaire, Jerry, I got the knowledge. I want to start off with this picture right here, the picture that you all see on the screen of me being a baby. This pic right here, this old couch, the dirty couch, this is a special picture because when I was a baby, this size, you could go to the next pic. When I was a baby that size, my mom took me to the window. When she took me to the window in the first pic, she gave me over to God. She gave me over to God because at the time she was 34 and she felt like she didn't have enough in her to even take care of me. So she was thinking about aborting me, right, Mom? I'm not lying. She decided to keep me. And I had to start with that because, Mom, you so special. So special. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. And I do gotta tell another story, but as far as with Atlanta grandmother, we were sitting down, we were talking, and the family was off eating. Me and the Atlanta grandmother were really cool. I'll tell the story later on, but we're really cool. We off eating, and she says, "Derrick, there's so much going on. I love the way that you take care of your family. I love the way you're taking care of our family. Sometimes you think that you feel like you're chosen, don't you?" In my mind, I said, "Yeah, I feel that all the time. Me and my guys talk about that all the time." She laughed. She said, "It ain't you, it's Brenda." This celebration tonight it's not about me. It's about you. This whole time. Teaching me manners early on. Open that door. Walk on this side of the sidewalk. Make sure you get that. Make sure you are on time. So many things you instilled with me early on. You sacrifice your whole life for me. Your whole life. I used to want you to go out with your friends and celebrate because I used to want to stay over my friend's house. You never did. You never did. You used to always say, "All right, we're gonna leave." I used to hate that, but you gave your whole life to me, and for that, Mom, I will always be dedicated to you. Thank you. For everybody else in the pic, because I don't want to make this verbose or be up here talking for a long time. So for everybody in this pic, Reg, love the way that you protected me. Love the way that you took me everywhere, bro. Love the way you sacrificed. Being on the road, New Orleans days, being there talking, me being afraid, and you being there. I appreciate you for that. Don't go unnoticed. Breathing. You always being there. Esco get killed. You go into the streets. You come home, you tell me stay away from the streets while you're doing nefarious things. Why are you being a ruffian? You telling me to stay away from it while you're doing it. I appreciate that. That's something that I'll never look over, because I could have been used when Stephon died. I wasn't able to go to his funeral. I could have been mad when Mom told me I couldn't go. She said that she was gonna represent us, and that made me feel like I had a chance and I could separate myself and be different than the path that you went down because of that. So thank you, Mom. My big bro that people don't talk about. I got the best big brother in the fucking world. My big bro don't cheat. My big bro was with his family the whole life. My big brother, whenever I needed something, he was there. My big brother, if mama needed something, he was there. My big brother, if mama needs something right now, he's there. Wayne. You set the example, bro. That's being a big brother, man. That's something as a husband. Now, that's something I thrive to be like you, bro. So thank you. I appreciate that. This pic right here reminds me a lot of, when I see this pic, I see Chicago. Chicago. The ash on the knees. I'm ashy. My socks, I got holes in my shoes. I'm covering up. I got the cast on. And I remember I was obsessed with the game. So any hoopers in here, this is obsessed with the game. My big brother Greedy used to be at the park. I used to have the cast on. He laughing as I beat my cousin in the one-on-one with the cast on. He's laughing at me. My line. Go to the next one. My loved ones, my friends, D.O., Ryan, Tim, Rand, the guys that been with me ever since I was in 6th grade. We got some that's not here. R.I.P. Lane, R.I.P. Lil Nate. We ain't forget about you. Rand. So another little story. Two scenarios. Shout out to KRS-One, because this is gonna relate to y'all. Power of words, encouragement. So one set of group of kids, they on the court, they battling out, they get done playing, they leave the court, they ain't say nothing to each other, they encourage each other, nothing, they leave, they in the same environment, they stuck in the same place. Second scenario, a group of kids, they on the court, they play, they go through it, they go through a turmoil, after the game, they hype each other up. Hey man, I like that move, but I'm gonna get you next time. Y'all doing that to me got me here. Your words of encouragement got me here. Imagine the times if we would have worked out and we would have left that workout without saying nothing to each other. We still would have been in the hood, still would have been in poverty, still would have been in the impoverished area, all that. The words, y'all, the fights, the ups and downs that we had as far as being out in LA, summertime, sacrificing. When people say you go out to LA and you're supposed to chill and buy things and enjoy yourself, we was out there grinding 10 years straight while people thought we was bullshit. Grinding, working on our game. I appreciate y'all for being there. I appreciate the fights. I appreciate the love. Thank you. Before you get to that, Arn, BJ, the Arn family, the Armstrong family. One of the reasons I signed with these two guys right here, BJ and Arn, is because I was obsessed with greatness. I was obsessed with trying to figure out how to be great. BJ, of course, played with the greatest player ever, and Arn, of course, was the greatest agent ever at the time. And I felt like they had knowledge that I could learn from or receive from Kobe, from MJ. And you set my family up for life. Before we signed them deals, I remember us talking and how it prolonged the whole deal about about just how this could be life-changing because I sacrificed everything. I gave my all. I didn't understand the significance of it or the importance of it at that time, but now I do. Thank you to both of you. To my teammates that was just up here, man, Joe, Lou, Taj, Tibbs, everybody. Joe, man, just whenever I needed to talk to somebody, needed to vent to, you was always there, big bro. Lou, you was the first one to put me on nutrition. Now the whole league is on nutrition. You was ahead of your time, my guy. Woo. I love the fact that you was older than me, but you used to listen to me because of my experience. You knew that my year or extra year that put me a little bit ahead of you, but you never used to look at me crazy whenever I used to yell at you, and I was younger. That's respect. That's called being a professional. I was blessed to be fortunate enough to play with a group of great OGs that's here today. All from real, everybody, real, from the big ducks to the Kurds, to everybody, Chris Bridges, everybody, man, just everybody that just came out, because I pulled from everybody. All the conversations that we had in the past, all the hazing, hey, go get them donuts, go get papers, whatever it was, I made sure I did it because I knew that I had to play the game. I got to the point where I stopped doing that because I was scoring. I started scoring, and you all respected that. So thank you all for understanding where I was coming from.
Oh my God.
To my family, to my kid. I know, like I said, I don't want this to be long. Like to my family, Lena. So I just figured out there was this thing called a red string or red thread theory. And our lives or our relationship, our synergy of what we got, it relates to that. Where, if you look it up, it's in the Asiatic, hold on. If you look it up, it's called the red string theory. And within the red string theory, it tells about how when you meet somebody and you was destined from the beginning. We went to the same grammar school. We went to the same college. Her grandmother's name is Pooh. Her grandmother's birthday is 10/4, the same birthday. We have so many things that's in common. But at the same time, I love the fact that you accept me for who I am. I'm not perfect. I don't try to be perfect. I love you with all my heart. I love the fact that you treat Pete as he's yours. You treat his mother with respect, and the relationship that y'all have with raising Pete. I love you. You know what I want? I love you. I love you. Being able to communicate with one another. Not too big to be cool. That cool shit, I don't want that. I miss you. I miss you. I love you. Look, don't cry. Look, I'm talking to you. My big boy, don't cry, look at me. I love your heart. I love how independent you are. I love how self-sufficient you are. Who taught y'all to tie your shoes? No, it was you. Who taught you how to ride a bike? Yourself. You are so blessed and so powerful, bro. All right? And Lane, my baby girl, this is the last story. So Lane, I don't want another girl just because of this part. So we go to a birthday party one time and I get some fruities. So if you're not from Chicago, you ain't gonna know. So I get some fruities, right? I come in the house, I go in my bedroom, I leave the fruities on my bed. I go leave out, I come back in like an hour later, all of my fruities are unraveled. So they're like out the wrapper, but back in the bag. So I start eating them. I'm like, man, I know I didn't unravel these damn fruities, but like, nah, I'm still gonna eat them. So I start eating them. 5 minutes later, my baby girl comes in. She say, hey, Dad, you seen that I took all the paper off your fruities? I say, damn, you went and unraveled all my fruities so that I wouldn't make a mess by my bed. So that's what I mean by I love you, Lay. You always consider it, always thinking about Daddy, and I got you to the end. Said this one will be long, but all right. This pick right here, I feel like this would be a powerful pick because the imagery of it, where when this happened, I didn't know what was gonna go on in my life. When I talked to Dr. Cole the other day, and he said, do you remember the first thing you said after you got hurt? I'm like, nah. He was like, man, you said your life was gonna be over. I'm like, you sure I said that? He was like, yeah, you said that. So it made me start to think about just Chicago. And it made me think about just the history that where we came from. When you think about the 1855 shipwreck, when you think about how we had to reverse the Chicago River, when you think about the World Fair that we had 2 times, when we had to lift up every building downtown 10 feet in the air, we had to do that together. And that's only how I got from there to here. Is you all and us being here together. Tibbs. I know a lot of people don't like Tibbs. But let me tell you, it's the reason why I say that, because they look at Tibbs as the injury part. But I'm here to say, fuck that. It's a reason why. Everything is meant to be, bro. If Tibbs was the first person coach, I swear, that made me feel special when we used to watch films. I used to do shit in games just to make sure that he saw on tape that between me and him, I picked that play. I know you saw that. I know you saw me read that play because he felt like he loved the game more than me, and which he don't. Tibbs, you may have went to Harvard. You may have did physics, but I showed you physics. But seriously, we've been through a lot in Chicago, a whole lot. And for the kids in here, for the kids, I had the chance to go to Spain when I was younger. Me, DJ, and Ram, we ended up going to Spain. We ended up going to a Coliseum where they fought bulls. While we was in the Coliseum, I started asking a lot of questions. Why is it blood on the ground? Just started asking a bunch of questions about what was going on inside the Coliseum. They gave me all the knowledge I needed. They tell me, man, it's a guy that's here, he fight bulls. He's like Michael Jordan of fighting bulls. It intrigued me. Where he lives at? He lives on the island by himself. Can we get to him? No, we can't get to him. All right, bet. But tell me more about this bullfight. They say before you see every bull, the bull goes through a process. What is that process? It's a pricking process. Every bull has to get pricked to test his courage, his bravery. It reminds me so much of Chicago, where you're gonna get pricked. Your bravery gonna get tested. Your courage is gonna get tested. It's gonna pull up to your front door in Chicago, for sure. How are you gonna react? How are you gonna develop? How are you gonna come together? Chicago, we did it before and we can continue to do it. With some of the tragedies that I told you about. Somehow we got to this point right now where we're aligned and we're all together. So thank you all for coming out. I appreciate you all. And before I go, for all the kids in here, there's a lot of kids in here. If y'all can repeat me this one time, it's a mantra that I did when I was younger. Every time I played, I did this mantra. So if you can repeat me, it'd be cool. I am. I am. I am. I am the greatest ever. Bear, I command you to leave. Now with that, I said that before every game. I didn't know that I was basically tricking myself or setting myself up in life. I was forcing myself to be great in every area, and that's why I'm here right now, because it's forcing me. I didn't want to be up here talking like this, but since I said that before every game, every level in my life is forcing me to be great. And that's why I wanted you all to repeat it, because I just tricked you all too. Thank you.